All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Just wanted to do this video real quick. You know, right now, the vibration, has been on this whole situation. I saw the clip. Basically, basically got these Edomites, all right, that are upset, all right, at our blessing. They're upset that we are about to finally receive our blessing. We're about to finally receive a kingdom, okay? And that's making them hurt. It's making them butthurt. It's making them upset. It's making them envious, okay? But then the question is, hold up, why are you, why are you angry at our reward? Because you're mad that you're not an Israelite, or you're mad that you're not gonna get the blessings of an Israelite. But everybody had their time to rule. The Most High is fair, and he did that on purpose to where he had us, all right, get our kingdom last so that everybody can go and nobody gets a chance to say, oh, I didn't get a piece of the pie or any this, that, and the third. Everybody got their chance to rule. And we're gonna get that in here. Because the Most High gave to Daniel through Nebuchadnezzar, all right, the timeline. Okay, the timeline of empires that will come and rule, all right, empires that will rise and fall, because ultimately it's the Most High, all right, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, that set up these empires, okay? So he's definitely fair. He gave everybody a chance to rule, and guess what? When you were all ruling, guess who was on the bottom? Us, okay? We were the ones who had to endure the BS, okay, of you guys' rulership. Now, once I get this precept, I'll bring it out. All right, this is the book of Daniel. First, we're going to go to Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. It says, this matters by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men. So the Most High gives this, whatever kingdom it is, all right, he gives the rulership or the control of the earth to whoever he wants, all right, and they set up their empires. So now from there, let's go get the timeline, all right. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, and then we're just going to jump straight to the point. There we go. Chapter 2, verse 31. It says, Thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. So Nebuchadnezzar, the king of the Babylonians, had a vision, all right, and he didn't understand it. Okay, so and basically in the vision it was like a statue, and he didn't understand it. He called his wise men to come and explain it and break it down, but they couldn't do that either. So they ended up calling Daniel, and Daniel prayed to the Lord, and the Lord gave him the understanding. So now what we're reading right now is the breakdown to the dream he had, which is very important because that was the timeline, okay, of world history, you could put it, all right? So it says here, verse 32, the image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms, his belly and his thighs of brass. Now, when you're looking for from at the image, you start at the head and you come all the way down to the feet, okay? So when you go back to the head, right now, we're talking about the head of fine gold being the Babylonians, okay? So if we're looking at, roughly around 600, 500s BC, okay? From then all the way down. Of course, you had different empires that ruled before. You had the Assyrians that ruled before. You had the Egyptians that ruled before. And you had, other minor rulerships, but the main ones are the ones we're going to read about here. And out of those main ones, Esau, Edom, you had three. You had three. Out of this whole statue we're about to read, you had three different empires, man, ruled by you, the same people. So what the hell you got to be mad about? What did we get? Okay, we got, a little something under, King David and King Solomon. But my man, you had three. Okay? You greedy bastard, you had three, man. This is Daniel chapter 2. So continuing, verse 32. The image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver. Okay, so the fine gold was the first empire, which was the Babylonian Empire, or the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Neo meaning new. Okay. It says his arms, or his breast and his arms of silver. Okay, so his upper, here was of silver, and that was those that came after the Babylonians, which were the Medo-Persians. Okay, more so the Persians. All right, but that kingdom was still consistent of the Medes and the Persians. Cool. So they got their rulership, right? It says his belly and his thighs of brass, and that was representative of the Greeks, or the Grecian Empire. All right. Salaki, I had to, All right. So the Grecian Empire. Okay. So now we're coming into Esau being in place, because the Greeks came into power under Alexander, right? Started with Philip of Macedon, but really it was through Alexander, right around like 336 BC, along that time, right? That's when the Greeks came into power. Now we're going to read. It says, so his belly and his thighs of brass, which was the Greek Empire, which was Esau, all right, Edomites were ruling. His legs of iron, that was the Romans, Edomites were ruling. His feet, part of iron and part of clay. And that's talking about today, the system, and who's ruling? Esau, Edom. Okay, they ruled as the Greeks. They ruled as the Romans. All right, your Caesars, your Julius Caesar, your Augustus Caesar, your Tiberius Caesar, your Caligula Caesar, your Claudius, Nero, all them, man, you had Edomites. Okay, Greeks, from Alexander to Ptolemy to Seleucus to Lysimachus to all these people, they were all Greeks, man. The Syrian wars, that, guess what? When you read in Daniel 11, and it talks about the wars, the king of the north and the king of the south, and so on and so forth, the 6 Syrian wars, guess who was suffering through it all? Us. All right, because the wars was really over the territory where we were at. You had the Seleucid dynasty that was north, and then you had the Ptolemies that were down in Egypt, and they would keep fighting, and we were the ones who would have to either side with one side or, get attacked by this and that and this. They were both Edomites. Y'all were both Edomites. You had the rulership. Okay, you still technically got a blessing from Isaac, the fatness of the earth. So what? Or just because your elites ain't give you as much of the the pie as you might have wanted, what the hell? That's not our problem. Okay, that ain't got nothing to do with us, man. If you in your kingdom now and you're mad because you still a low level Edomite, you know what I'm saying? What the hell you mad at us for? We done from all these different, the Babylonians, we were subject under them. The Medo-Persians, we were subject under them. Okay, what's it called? And even then, you had an Edomite that was trying to make us go extinct, man. Haman, that damn demon. The Greeks, we were subject under them. Hardcore, man. Hardcore. As a matter of fact, I don't have my Apocrypha here, so we're going to have to go from what's written in Daniel 8. Because I would have went straight to First Maccabees, but, I'll get it from Daniel 8, because Daniel 8 really goes into First Maccabees as a prophecy. All right. And we're going to read about some of the things that happened to us under your rulership, okay, as the Greeks, predominantly under Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay. And it didn't end there. His descendants continued it on as well. Okay, so this is Daniel chapter 8, and we're just going to go straight to Daniel chapter 8, verse 8. It says, therefore the he-goat waxed very great, and when he was strong. Now the he-goat is representing the Grecians, or the Greeks. It says, and when he was strong, so when they came to their power, the great horn was broken. The great horn was Alexander. All right, and broken meaning he died. And for it came up 4 notable ones towards the 4 winds of heavens. That were the main 4 generals. I'm gonna say it like that because he had more than 4 generals, but they were the main 4 generals that were at the end, okay, that had divided his kingdom, right? Cool. So the dominion continued on. It says, out of them came forth a little horn. Now that them was talking about the Seleucid dynasty, because out of all 4 of them, all right, Ptolemy, Lysimachus, Cassander, and Seleucus, out of the Seleucid line is where Antiochus came from. Okay, so out of the Seleucid line came forth what? A little horn, and that was Antiochus Epiphanes, which waxed exceeding great toward the south and toward the east and toward the pleasant land. And where's the pleasant land? Israel. Okay, So now you have the Greeks in power, right? So, for example, Vocab Malone, you were back there and you were in the power seat. Okay, not in the sense of being some high up elite, but your nation was in power. Y'all were in rulership. It don't matter if you don't remember it. That's okay. Reincarnation is still in the Bible, just because you don't believe it. So you can't be mad. Yeah, we okay. So we hit the jackpot. We got the golden ticket. All right, that's cool. You had your chance. You had your reward. Everybody had theirs. We haven't got ours. You know. So what you crying about? All right. That's that. The scriptures say what? Who enlargeth his desire as hell, okay, and is as death. This devil does not get satisfied with anything, man. They want everything. You want to rule as the Greeks. You want to rule. First off, you kicked out Japheth and you took their nationality. You kicked us out and took our nationality. You took over. You got the whole earth. You've been ruling for a long time, buddy. You've been ruling since the Greeks, the Romans, after the Romans, because you had Jake that went up in there, but in Renaissance era, y'all came right back. So it's not even, I put America in the title, but it's not just America. I didn't want to type out the whole thing. Okay, but you had the Spaniards, the French, the British, all of y'all been ruling since then. Okay, you kicked out the Moors out of Spain. Okay, you took over our stuff. You came here, you colonized us in the Americas. All right, sent us to Portugal and all these different areas. You went to colonize South America, and you've been ruling since. Are you not satisfied? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want to rule forever? That's not how it works, man. No, you're not gonna get to rule forever, man. Everything is set for an appointed time. Everybody got their bounds. Our kingdom is gonna be the everlasting kingdom. Why? Because in our kingdom, there's not gonna be what's that scripture? It says riches gotten by deceit, therefore the kingdom is left or translated to another people. Our kingdom is not gonna be left to another people, as it tells you in Daniel 2, because our kingdom is gonna be perfect. We're not gonna go off, so we're not gonna die. We're not gonna need to fall down for the Lord, because the only reason we fall down as a people is when the Lord is using somebody else to punish us. So if we're not going off and we're not going to be punished, we're not going to fall. Okay, so that's why our kingdom is going to be forever, man. You can't attain that because you're the wicked. You're the wicked. So your kingdom cannot go on forever, man. So the sooner you come to terms with that, the better it'll be for you. If it will be better, but hey, at the end of the day, that's not our problem, man. See, because when you were whooping our asses and raping our women and all the different times you had rulership, because you had that perpetual hatred towards us, we're gonna get it. Matthew the 2nd chapter, under Herod, guess what? Herod was an Edomite and he was in power. Okay? So you can't get mad at us. Let's look at what you had your fun. Just because your fun is coming to an end, now you're upset. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, oh no, you guys can't get bro, if you got on the ride and your ride is over and it's our turn to get on the ride, why are you being so greedy, man? Get off the ride. Stop being a sore loser. You know, like when you playing video games and when the person loses, they gotta pass the controller. And this grimy ass nigga is right here grabbing on the controller. He done lost. He got KO'd in about 2 seconds. They beat him horribly. Whether it's 2K or whatever it may be, you lost. You lost. Pass the controller. This man is holding the controller tight. Like, why you even got to play, though? You know what I'm saying? You suck. You shouldn't even get to play. What do you mean? You know, making excuses. Stop being a sore loser. You're about to get, and that's why the Lord is going to take you out the power seat, because you ain't going to willingly give up the power seat. He's going to take your ass out the power seat and throw you straight into some chains and shackles, man. All right? So continuing on, let's read some of the things you did, okay, under the rulership of the Greeks, man, which is going to justify what we're going to do to you in the kingdom. So this is Daniel chapter 8, continuing on, verse 10. It says, and it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and it cast down some of the host and some of the stars to the ground and stamped upon them. That's the Israelites. Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host, and by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. Now, that was done violently. You know, you killed women that circumcised their children. You can read about the account of the 7 brothers and their mother who were tortured because they didn't want to eat pork. The old man who refused to eat pork, you know, and they were like, yo, just eat it and we'll say it's something else. None of that, man. You had a decree. You had Israelites come, basically to force them to worship your religion, okay? Force them to attend the feast of Bacchus, you know. Had had corrupted Israelites, and so you wicked Israelites are gonna pay as well for that. You know, when it sought permission to come and have a gymnasium, okay, to practice naked, to bring harlots into the temple, to sacrifice swine upon the altar, you did that. You did that in your rulership and your power, man. You did that. So what are you mad about? You had your rulership just because you didn't do it the right way, and you're not the chosen. Well, blame the Most High. The hell you mad at us for? The Most High gave us a ticket. The Most High rigged the game. The Most High chose us to be his favorite, and he chose you to be his least, not even his least favorite, his hated. What did we do? Did we do that? You know what I'm saying? Were we up there? You know what I'm saying? Telling the Most High before creation, before we were even created, we were up there. Apostle Hall was right there. Apostle Gabar, the rest of the brothers were around. So, you know, really, if you think about it, this is our case as to why we should be your chosen people and not Esau, Edom. And the Most High just, oh, yeah, you know what? You're right. All right. So when I create you, then I'm going to make you. No. That's not how it went down, man. The Most High had already set it up. It was already planned. He said, look, this is what I'm going to do. He gave the blueprints to Yahushua. He said, go do it. Okay? These are going to be my chosen people. These kind of spirits that I'm creating, it's not like I'm going to create all of them and then choose you and you. No. Our spirits were specifically created to be the chosen. The spirits of the prophets were specifically created to be the prophets. That's not going to change. You know? So once again, if you got a problem, really, you got to take it up with the Most High, and you're not going to succeed doing that. But let's keep going. I'll jump down actually to verse 13. It says, then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, how long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden underfoot? Okay? To be trodden underfoot, man. All right? And that's what happened, man. We were trodden underfoot under your rulership. And that was, let's say, number one, that was just as the Greeks. And we're reading about the things you did as the Greeks. Okay, and we're going to go through. Okay, so now we're going to jump from there to, verse 24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper. And so the Most High allowed you to prosper. Okay, he allowed, Judas Maccabees and the rest of the Hasmonean dynasty and the Maccabean family, okay, they were a bunch of warriors, man. They had angels coming down fighting with them, but we still went down. Judas still died. Why? Because the Lord was still allowing you to stay in your rulership. We couldn't take down, all right, the Greeks. Yeah, we fought them, but we didn't come into rulership. Okay, we had a Hasmonean dynasty. Okay, but they were still lingering around until the time of the Romans. And guess what? That was still Esau. It was just a transition of the power structure from the Greeks slowly into the Romans. That's how you have the Greco-Roman Empire. All right. So it says, verse 25, or actually verse 24, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And that's us. Verse 25. And through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. Did he not make a decree that all should be one people? Everybody should leave their belief and basically do what he does, worship Jupiter, okay? Eat pork, all right? Commit all these, stop circumcising your children. These are all laws and decrees and policies that Antiochus put into place. It says, and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And that's what happened. All right, the Most High hit your ass with some rapid decomposition, man. he basically caused Antiochus' body to decompose, man, while he was alive. All right, that was a horrible death, man. But anyway, so we read a little something about what you did as the Greeks. Okay. Now let's get another something, because now after the Greeks you had the Romans, right? And when Pompey came up there to Jerusalem, okay, and he subjected us, made us basically a province, and then put Herod, an Edomite, okay, here it is. We were basically autonomous to an extent, but we still had an Edomite over us. They made an Edomite king over us, man. Okay, because his sneaky ass try to marry into the Hasmonean dynasty and try to come off as a Jew. he was still an Edomite. He got permission and he gained favor from the Caesars and all of that, and his descendants and their descendants. You were still in rulership, man. Okay. Now this time it was as the Romans, but were the Romans not Edomites? Yes, they were. Were the Greeks not Edomites? Yes, they were. Is Esau today not an Edomite? Yes, he is. So this is Matthew chapter 2. Well, this is right here. Beautiful. Matthew chapter 2, verse 16. Herod, let's see what he did. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coast thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Okay. Then was fulfilled that which was spoken by Jeremiah the prophet, saying, in Ramah was there a voice heard lamenting and weeping and great mourning, Rachel weeping for her children, and would not be comforted because they are not. All right. So now this was under the reign of Herod. Notice how Herod is an Edomite. The Romans are Edomites. But who's suffering? Okay. Did it say that he went and killed all the Chinese babies? Where did it say? It said Bethlehem, right? Who was dwelling there? Us. Okay. When you guys were ruling as the Greeks, after Alexander died, the most part, okay, when you focus in on the East, who was suffering? Us. When you guys as the Romans, who was suffering? Us. 66 to 70 AD. Who? Look, and when you really go into it, man, it shows you it was a setup, because you had Gessius Flores, all right, who was basically provoking Jake to revolt, you know, by doing some crazy, outrageous things, man, killing people, you know, extortion, taxes, insane amount of crazy things. And it was a numerous amount of times, man. They did it. Jake would, you know, calm down, and then they'll do something worse. And Jake would calm down, and then it got to the point where Jake was like, yo, to hell with this, man. You had the zealots, all right? And you had Jake just, you know what, like, nah, to hell with this. We're not dealing with this. And then they revolted. So you basically caused the revolt, all right, which in turn justified you coming in, all right, with your armies under Vespasian and Titus, and you laid siege, man, all the way from Galilee down to Masada. Y'all destroyed the whole thing, man. Okay, but mainly Jerusalem. Okay, completely broke down the walls, killed the people. All right, you had certain people that would be hiding underground. They found their asses, killed them. Okay, people that try to escape by boat, they found their asses, killed them. And then they sold a lot of our people into slavery, man. And then on top of that, afterwards, you had a decree to where Jake couldn't even go back. You know, Jake couldn't go back, man. You'd have to pay if you wanted to go and even look at the land. So look at all these things you did, and who was suffering the most from it? We were suffering, man. And now you're mad that the Lord is having mercy on us and we're coming back into rulership, man? Nah, bro, that's not okay. We're supposed to suffer, but when are we ever going to get our reward? You know, right now, the most people who are oppressed is us. Okay, in the whole world, yes, the world is you know, is in oppression, but we're the ones suffering the most. All right. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. All right, and that was talking about the pagan Roman Empire. And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and the third part of the stars was Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which were where? In Judea. Okay, we're basically in the land of Israel, because the northern kingdom were up here in the Americas. So it says, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Okay? And then it basically goes in on that, man. So even in Revelation, it's showing you that when you were in power as the Romans, this is what you did under Herod, under the different Caesars. Okay? These are the things you did, man. Nero burning down a part of Rome and blaming it on us. And once again, who was suffering from your rulership? Us. So why are you mad that now we're about to get our kingdom, man? No, you can't be, man. You don't get to be mad. You don't get to be mad. You're hurt. you're hurt that now you got to pay for it, but you got to pay for everything. If you go to all you can eat buffet, or you go to a restaurant, you get your food, but what happens at the end of that? They give you the tab and you got to pay it, man. You can't sit there and say, I want to eat and not pay. That's not how it works. Okay. So now this is Revelation chapter 18. Okay, this is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So now, okay, now the Lord is telling us, because who's going to get hit with this plague? This place, all right? Mainly Babylon, but this system is going to be done. It tells you that in Daniel 2, the stone that was cast without hands basically came and destroyed the feet, all right, which is today's system, okay? So we dealt with you as the Greeks, we suffered with you as the Romans, and we suffering with you today, all right, as the power structure you in right now, man, all right? We have a whole lot of examples, okay, of the wickedness that you've committed, all right, putting us in slavery, the atrocities you committed against the Northern Kingdom, okay? Slovakia. All right, so you can't be mad, man, that the Most High is finally having mercy on us, because understanding that the Most High didn't put you in power because he loved you. The Most High did that because he was mad at us. All right, the scriptures say that, okay, that the Most High was mad at us. That's the only reason he, quote unquote, used you as his sword, okay? Not that you're of any importance or of any relevance, okay? You're quite irrelevant, actually. Okay, the Lord said, I've made these small among the heathen, meaning what? Insignificant, okay? You don't hold any valid purpose, man. The Most High ain't like, oh, I love Esau, so, you know what I mean, I made him this, I made him that. Nah, man, you know? And now it's time for you to go down, because at this point, our punishment is being over, man, okay? Let's see. Yep, that's right, Shalom. Ladoso Dal, Daniel 7:18. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Okay, that's right. The game is fixed. And at the end of the game, guess what? We're fixed to win. Okay, at the end of the game, we have been set up to win, man. Okay, so there's no debating that, man. Now let's read what's going to happen to you when we win. Revelation 18:5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewarded you. This is why they have such a problem with us coming into power. You know why? Because they've done so much wickedness to us. And the Lord said he's going to allow us to reward them as they rewarded us. So that is why they're so scared that they're losing power. Because now they're like, oh, shit. Now we really got to pay. Because the people we put the most hell on when we were in power, remember the Greeks, the Romans today, they're the ones who are going to be over us. So that's why of course, all the heathens are going to get it, but we really emphasize Esau, because when he was in power, he really emphasized us. Okay? So it says what? Reward her even as she rewarded you. And boy, oh boy. So you basically did it to yourself, right? It says, and double unto her, double according to her works. So whatever you did, times 2. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. So when you were filling up that cup for us to drink it, man, guess what? You didn't think about, you just, oh, let me throw some of this in here. Let me throw some spider shit in here. Let me throw some poison up in here. Let me throw some frog spit up in here, and then mix it up and make them drink it. But little did you know that the worse you made it, it's going to come back to you double, man. And now you want to run away. Now you upset. Now you want to cry. Okay, cry all you want. Verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And ultimately, verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. So she's going to go down with fire, and she's going to wake up in some heat. She's going to wake up with chains. She's going to wake up with whips on her back. And we're talking about divine whips, man. Okay? Divine whips. This ain't gonna be, it ain't gonna be some light, simple. No, 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 no. The scriptures say that our heart shall meditate terror, man. That means that we gonna think of some real, and we go and guess what? It's gonna be righteous. We're not gonna have in the back of our minds, damn, most time might jack me up for this later, but I really want to get this Edomite, so let me, no, 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 no. It's all gonna be righteous. Okay? And we're gonna have a great time doing it too, man. All right, and it's gonna be righteous, like we said. Okay? Because what does it say in the book of Revelation 13? Oh, this guy. All right, Salaki, let me see what thing this guy is. All right, it says in Revelation 13 that what? Hold up. Man, it's bueno to the curb. Let's see if we got some space. All right, you good. Bruh. Man, you good? Yeah, but it tells you in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, that what? He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Okay? And you led us into captivity, so what you think is gonna happen to you, man? Of course you're gonna go into captivity. All right, rightfully so. Okay? Just kind of back up here. Oh, the Bronx drivers have got to be the worst drivers in the world. Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Elder Yashwamba in here. And that's right. They are salty, man. They're salty and they're butthurt. They know they more than butthurt, man. They're hurt to the core. They're hurt to the spirit, man, because they know that once they lose this power seat, man, there's no coming back. No, you ain't gonna get the slightest glimpse of pity. The scriptures tell you in Isaiah, all right, the 14th chapter, that nobody's gonna try to, plead on your behalf, man. Everybody's gonna be rejoicing that you're gone, man. They're gonna see us whooping your ass and they're gonna say, hey, whip them harder, man. Can I get a hit? Can I see that whip? We're gonna crack the whip on your back. All right, man, it's gonna be a beautiful thing, and the Most High is gonna be there, your house is gonna be there. So who the hell are you gonna plead to for mercy, man? I believe it's in the book of Psalms that King David said, basically, he pursued his enemies and he was beating their ass, and they called on everybody, even to the Lord, and the Lord didn't answer them, and then he continued to beat them small as the dust of the earth. All right, and that's what we're gonna do, man. Everybody's gonna be a witness. When a kid does something bad and it's finally time to get their ass beat, and everybody's there, the aunties there, the uncles there, the grandmas there, the fathers there, the mothers there, the sisters there, the neighborhood kids are there, and there's nobody that the kid could go to say, yo, I didn't, because everybody saw you do it. So everybody's like, like even your favorite uncle, he's like, nah, look, I love you, man, and I always got your back, man, but this one, come on, I can't even say nothing about this. And then you just gotta suck it up. You just gotta suck it up. The only thing for Esau is you're gonna be sucking it up for 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. Look, all these heathens are gonna be in hardcore slavery, but we gonna specifically target your ass, man. If I tell that heathen, yo, lift that boulder and take it here, I'm gonna tell Esau lift five of those boulders at the same time. I don't care how you do it, you better get it done. Now let's read this Revelation, because they did that to us, man. Look, man. You look at the things that Esau put us through, and the things that they're planning to put us through. Why the hell should we not, be happy that we coming into power and we about to finally get your asses, man? You see, you got people, all right, like for example, you got people that want to be quote unquote, they want to act as though, whoa, that wasn't me, that was my forefathers. Let me tell you something. If right now, If things were to go back to the Jim Crow era right now, or things were to go back to slavery right now, your ass would not be on our side. You would not be here talking about, I feel bad and we shouldn't do this. Hell no, man. You put on the hat real quick, you get the whip, and you will be whooping our backs in a matter of seconds, man. You know why? Because it's in your nature, it's in your spirit to do so. So don't come out here getting upset or they think, you know, they got a lottery ticket and a go. Yes, we did, and we happy about that. Because when you were our slave masters, you were happy about that, right? When you were in rulership as the Greeks, you were happy about that. When you were in rulership as the Romans, you were happy about that. When you were in rulership, well, now these elites, they're scared, but when you had us under subjection, you were happy about it. So should we not be happy that we're about to be rulers as well? Who doesn't want to rule? Who doesn't want to be rich? Who doesn't want to be on top? Who doesn't want to be a king? Everybody does, right? But you get mad when it comes our time to be kings, our time to rule. You shouldn't be mad, man. Look at the earth under your control. Look at it. And you're mad that the Lord is about to take you out of power. If he didn't, everything would go extinct. You know? So really, if these devils got a psychological, a mental and spiritual problem, man. You are the problem, but you don't want to leave. And then you get mad when the Lord says he's about to take you out of power, man. Come on, man. All right, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Is that not fair? An eye for an eye? And you led us into captivity numerous times, man. Numerous times, man, to the point where you came to where we were at, grabbed us up, and brought us to another land so you can properly put us in captivity. Okay? So what you think is going to happen to you? You're going to go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. We damn near got killed for anything. They were killing us in mass. Herod killed a whole generation of babies just to find the Messiah. One child. He killed all of them, man. Okay? Here it is, the women that circumcised their children. You killed the women. You strangled the children. Okay? In the siege of Jerusalem, you didn't spare anybody. Pregnant women, children, you didn't spare anybody, man. Okay? You killed with the sword, man. Christopher Columbus, he tells you that he didn't leave his sword for 1 hour. He didn't go 1 hour without having his sword with him because he was doing so much killing, raping, robbing. You kill with the sword like you were drinking water. So should you not be killed with the sword? It says, where am I at? Okay, verse 10. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. It's a must. It's an order. You must be killed with the sword, man. That's right. Truth resides with GMS. Can't kill off the seed of Yasharallah. Because we don't die, we multiply. All right? You ain't gonna kill off the God seed, man. We are the sons of God on the earth, man. And even worse, man. Even worse. You see, if we were some other nation, okay, maybe cool. But you didn't just come after anybody, man. The scriptures say you touched the apple of the Lord's eye. You did the worst. You treated us worse than all these other heathens, and we are the Lord's chosen people, man. We are the apple of the Lord's eye. You clearly forgot what happened under the rulership of King David when your asses had to run and flee and hide because he was trying to exterminate you. You forgot about that. You turn around, oh no, but we're the King Davids and we're the Solomons and we're this and we're that. Hey, but at the end of the day, they're envious of us. They're envious, and they got the mindset of, if I can't have it, nobody can. You know? So if I'm not the chosen people, if I'm not an Israelite, look, man, I guarantee you, man, that if it came out, right, let's say somehow, hypothetically speaking, that Vocab was an Israelite, this man man, I'm telling you, this dude would change his whole shit, man. He would stop, hold up. Next thing you know, you know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, that's what he wants. But in his mind, he's like, damn, man, they you know what I'm saying? Like, he's having nightmares. He's thinking about it like, damn, really, if I was an Israelite too, though, that wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? But he's like, you know, he knows damn well, you know, I mean, you know, I ain't gonna speak for the Most High, but it's pretty evident, you know, that he's not. That's why he's so hurt, you know? So continuing, it says, must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And we've been very patient. We have been patient, man. Because you know what? Let's go to the book of Luke. All right, let's go to the book of Luke. Because we haven't gained our salvation yet, man. And on all these things, well, we're going to hold Romans on the side. But all these things are pertaining to us. All right, all these amazing blessings, we're the ones who are supposed to get it, man. And really, under our rulership, the whole world is going to be at peace, man. Everybody's going to love it. Okay? Even Esau going to be in slavery like, yo, shit, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind. I mean, I get my ass beat, you know what I'm saying? It hurts, but, you know, like Apostle Saul was saying, man, it's a nice day. I'm not breathing in chemtrails. You know, the water, the little bit of water that I get, hey, it's still good water. You know what I'm saying? The little bit of food that I get, it tastes better than what I used to eat in Babylon. You know? You gonna look at the earth and it's gonna look beautiful, and you're gonna be glad that you're getting your ass beat. And you're gonna say, well, if I had to be a slave, I'd rather be a slave in the kingdom. You know? You gotta make the best of it. All right. Now this is Luke chapter 1, verse you know what, let's start at verse 68. It says, blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. You hear that? He has visited and redeemed. He's brought us back. He has redeemed us because we are his people. Pursuant to Jeremiah, I believe it's not Jeremiah, Isaiah 63. The Lord said, what? The year of my redeemed has come. Okay. It says, and hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. Okay, these are promises that we got. Now, if my father made a promise to me, right? Or if I made a promise to my son, okay, why in the hell, what business does that have to do with the neighborhood kid? If the neighborhood kid heard, right, my son is going around like, yo, my dad said he's going to give me his new whip. He's going to give me this. This is my inheritance. What the hell does that got to do with you? You live all the way across the street somewhere, man. Why don't you worry about what your father got for you? You know, here you salty, you telling my son, nah, he ain't gonna give you that, man. Really, you his illegitimate son. Really, he should give me that. Why the hell should I give you that? You know what I'm saying? You some ratchet ass neighborhood kid down the block. Why the hell should I not give my inheritance to my son, but I should give it to you? What you salty about? What the hell you salty about? You know, this is my son. If I want to give my son the whole world, I could give my son the whole world. They ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay, you live in the world, but you're gonna be subject to him. But that's my son. So that's how the Most High is setting it up, man. Okay, the things we went through, all right? We're the prophets. Who are the prophets, man? Were the prophets Edomites? No. Were they Ishmaelites? Were they East Indians? No, they were all Israelites. The works we did, it was all Israelites. Paul, the works Paul did, right? Paul turned around and Paul said, all right, that after, you know, the works that he's done, he has a crown laid up for him. Is Paul not supposed to get that crown just because you're salty that we're about to be in rulership? So the works that he did, it's just supposed to be in vain. But hold up, what do the scriptures say? Now I got to get this real quick. What do the scriptures say? This is let me see if I can pull this up. Oh man. All right, the book of Hebrews. There we go. Hebrews chapter 6. Verse 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, in that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. So the Most High is not unrighteous to forget that. So is the Most High supposed to just not give us a reward for the works we've done, for the labor of love we've done, for standing so stiffly for his name in this wicked world, because you're salty that we're about to get a reward? What does it say in Romans 3:3? For what if some did not believe? Is your unbelief going to make the faith of the Most High without effect? Hell to the no. Okay? Hell to the no. Truth resides with GMS, John 16:22. And ye now therefore have sorrow. Have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy no man taketh from you. You could try to raid down our parade, but you ain't gonna take that away, man. They can't take our joy away. That's right. Hey, the scriptures say, man, that we rejoice with joy unspeakable. And you could tell the vibration. Why? Because we're excited that we're about to come into rulership. We know that, okay, all hell is about to break loose, but the Lord said he's going to protect us. The Lord said we're going to be good. And after this, we're coming into rulership, man. So hell yeah, we're excited, man. It's our turn. You know, we're finally about to get our turn, and it's going to be for all eternity. So we are excited for that, you know. But you know what I mean? Of course, being that, you know, they are our enemies, they don't want to see us happy, man. Because it means if our salvation means their downfall. Okay, it's understandable, but it's not going to change anything. So it says, back in Luke chapter 1, verse 69, and hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. All right, and David was an Israelite. Okay, so his house is going to be the house of Israel. Okay, Amos 9 and 11. The Lord is rebuilding the tabernacle of David. The tabernacle of David are Israelites, who predominantly today are your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, because when we went through the curses, you see, look, you wouldn't want to go through the curses we went through, but you want to identify as an Israelite? No. If you want to be an Israelite, that means you got to suffer everything Israel had to suffer. And we did that. Okay? So the blessings and the curses both apply to us. So we went through the curses, so we're going to get the blessings. You ain't go through the curses. You went through minor blessings, so now you're going to get the curses put on you. All right? Verse 70, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Okay, that we shall be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. Okay, so even from the time of the beginning, from Enoch and all the righteous men that began to call upon the name of the Lord and prophesy, they were doing the works. Okay, the scriptures tell you in Hebrews 11, okay, that them seeing the promise, all right, afar off, they still had faith and patience to wait for it. And we've been waiting for this since the beginning. Okay, we've been waiting for, hey, what did Paul say? For here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Okay, you've had quite a long continuing city. Okay, but hey, it's finally our time to get our reward, man. So stop being upset, man, because that's not gonna change anything. Okay. Okay, from here let's go to Romans. All right, chapter 9. This is Romans chapter 9, verse I'll start at verse 1. It says, I say the truth in Hamashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren. So who are Paul's brethren? Let's read it. My brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Okay? Today they'll say, oh, your race or your genetically or your ethnicity. Well, Paul's ethnicity, his brethren, according to the flesh, are what? Who are Israelites. Because Paul was an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. So who are Israelites? Now, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises. Okay? So now, if we are not the ones who are going to receive this, who's going to receive it? You're ruled out because we already identified you as Esau, Edom. So we know you can't be the Israelite, so you ain't going to get this blessing. So who else is going to get it? You know, who else is going to get it, man? If we not the Israelites, who the hell is? Because they got to be here. If we not the prophets, who the hell is? The Lord said when he comes back, when he spoke to his disciples, he said, there be some of you standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming. So if we're not the prophets, we're not the Israelites, who is? Who's doing what we're doing? Clearly what we're doing is causing something, because if it attracted your attention, you know, if it attracted these elites' attention, so who is, man? You know, and what it is, it gets to the point where it's past, you know, the truth of whether we are the Israelites or not. Now it's come to the point of denial. You know, when somebody is in denial to a certain extent, they know they're wrong, but they cannot accept it. Okay? That is basically that form of denial that they're in, man. They know. Okay? But they can't accept it, man. It hurts them too much, you know. They can't just accept it, you know? But it's okay, man. It's okay. All right? It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. It really is not for you, but it's going to be all right, because it's going to be all right for us. Okay? And that's okay. Now, I'm going to close it off here in the book of Revelation. All right, this is Revelation chapter 11. Okay, and let's go Where we at? There it is. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 17. It says, saying, you know what? I'll start at 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. And did the scriptures not say we're going to reign with the Lord? Okay. It says, and the 24 elders which sat before the Most High in their seats fell upon their faces and worshiped the Most High, saying, we give thanks, O Lord, power almighty, which art and was and art to come, because thou hast taken thee, thou hast taken to thee thy great power and has reigned. And the nations were angry. The nations were angry. The nations were angry, man. That is so true. Okay, and we're seeing it. All right, we are seeing it, man, because they're angry out of bitterness. They're angry out of envy. Okay, that's the number one thing. They're angry out of envy. And it shows you because here it is, you got us an oppression. You hate us so much, but yet you steal our organs. But yet you had our women breastfeeding your children. Because at the end of the day, you still know that we are superior. Though you hate us, you can't deny the fact that we are. That's why you have us playing these basketball games and you put yourself as the coaches and the team managers so you can feel like you're above. But why us? Okay? Because you know that if you want to make something great, you got to use an Israelite. Okay? Hence, they always put us in their titles. Okay? So it says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. This is why they are mad that we're about to get our reward, because what is included in the pack is a package. It's a whole package. And what's included in the package? Reward to the servants and the saints. So you got the 144 with the rest of the elect. Okay, the rest of the 1/3. Revelation, the 7th chapter, you can read about it there. It says what? And them that fear thy name, small and great, which are also Israelites, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. See, that little part was not left out. It was still there. Destroy them which destroy the earth. And you're worried because the ones destroying the earth right now are you Edomites, right? And though it may not be you physically, the fact that somebody from your nation who's in power is doing it, guess what? You still got to pay for it, because the Most High, he judges as a nation. Guess what? The 2/3 were the ones predominantly doing the wickedness, but we all went through it. So it might not be you per se, it might be your elites, but the fact that you stuck with them, you stuck with them, man. You shackled to them by nationality. So if they're the ones who are causing your ass to suffer, guess what? You still got to pay. Okay, that's not going to change anything, man. That's just how it is, because we went through it, so you got to go through it, man. Suck it up. Stop crying. You're not going to stop being salty. We already know that, okay? But you could be as salty as you want. We just going to rejoice more and more and more and more and more and more, because now is the time of our reward, man. Okay, now is the time of our reward, and our reward is going to be greater than anything you ever got, okay? We're going to get new bodies. We're going to be immortal. We're going to reign forever. We're going to do it righteously. Everybody's going to love us. The Most High is going to be with us. Okay, we're going to have spiritual power. We ain't going to drive cars. We're going to fly in chariots. We're going to have planets. Okay? We're going to have the knowledge of things that you have desired, but you can never attain. Okay? We're going to have control over spirits. We are going to be gods. You're salty because you ain't going to get that. You're never going to get that. Nobody who is not an Israelite is ever going to get what we're going to get. See, we're going to get what you got. You had rulership. We're going to get that. Whatever you had, we can get, and then some. And you're mad because you can never get what we got. All right? And that goes past you average Edomites and straight to you elites, man. All right? Because that's why you're really upset, man. And if Jacob Rothschild was watching, he probably just turned it off right now. Like, God, get them niggas. He's mad. All right? You are hurt because you don't understand why a slave in your kingdom is talking to you like that. You don't understand why you brought us to slavery, but we out here boldly proclaiming the word of the Lord, and you can't touch us. Your demons tell you that you can't touch us. You're going to try. You're going to use all the vaccine and the military and the chip and all that and try to bring all that commotion and try to get us. But even then, Isaiah 59:19 tells you what's going to happen to you, man. So you are so hurt, man. Okay, but it's okay though. It's all right. All right, that's a beautiful ending to our story. Okay, so hey, Lord willing, we be of that elect. All right, we got to continue to pray. And the scriptures say what? Give all diligence and make your calling and election sure. Okay, at the end of the day, man, everybody's gonna go through it, man. These heathens are gonna get their judgment, but you want your primary focus to be gaining that salvation, man, because the scriptures say that let every man, basically seek your own salvation with fear and with trembling, so you want to make sure, yes, we see all these things that are gonna happen and they're mad and they're gonna pay, that's set, but what you got to focus on is getting your salvation so that you can be in a seat, all right, because once we're in that elect, man, that's permanent. Okay, so you can be in your permanent seat, and then you can look at them and whatever it is, man, we're gonna be able to do that, man, in righteousness, sincerity, and truth, man. Okay, so with that, I hope you were edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak, Kodash. And this place is going down, man. When Yahweh Shai said he beheld Satan fall in his light, and he was not joking, man. Okay, this place is through. It doesn't have much longer, so we just got to stay in the spirit and just ride it out, man. All right, so with that, shalom.